This was old New York, in its beautiful golden age, before they rushed to tear it down. Why would they tear down these marvelous structures that were meant to stand for 1,000 years? Some being torn down in just 50. It's because we inherited this city, and those who did not construct this grand architecture could not hope to maintain it. And most of it, you would find, fell to ruin. These were all empty and abandoned cities after the last reset, the mud flood. You can even see the sunken layers in many of these pictures here. Just look at that grand architecture in Penn Station. And to think they tore this down in less than 50 years. And you can find the same scene and the same sad story in nearly every city, not just unique to America. We all rush to tear down all these grand structures in all of our cities and replace them with glass boxes, literally tearing down paradise to put up a parking lot, while all these cities looking far different than they did in their golden age when they were told to be built by horse and buggy. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
And on the third day, God created the Remington bolt-action rifle so that man could fight the dinosaurs and the homosexuals. Amen.
Do you remember when the world was free? Well, how about when the energy was free as well? Everything was taken from the atmosphere and drawn into these buildings, to these pylons, and many different things. And it was the aether that powered everything. And one day, the controllers of this world decided to take it away. They reset the population. It was in every country. Just keep watching these photos, and you'll see that everything was conductive. Everything had a way to tap into this energy, whether it be the obelisks, or the towers, or the cathedrals. Everything you look at interacted with the nature of the earth, the energy of the earth. It was a beautiful thing.
What do you think is happening? Comment your thoughts.
The Tartarian Empire has been hidden from us for centuries. The Tartarians were a vast advanced civilization that built structures and had technology far beyond what we have been led to believe was possible for their time. But why were they erased from history? It is because they knew about the hermetic principles of frequency and energy. They lived in accordance with the natural laws of the universe. They utilized that knowledge to be able to build structures like these. They harnessed free energy, built advanced infrastructure, and held the secrets to increasing the longevity of human life. The reason people using horses and carts were able to build these types of structures is because they were not using horses and carts. The images of the past were altered. Tartarians used these laws of the universe, frequencies and vibrations, to shift to the dimension above. But there's more. This knowledge connects to the ancient Egyptians. This is also how they were able to build the pyramids. So how were they wiped off the face of the earth? The Great Reset was a series of catastrophic events orchestrated to wipe Tartaria off the map and rewrite history. We are talking mud floods, fires, and biological warfare. I mean, you've seen all these buildings with doors and windows halfway in the ground. Do you think that's normal? The real story of the Tartarian Empire has been
1910, and you're going to see again what I showed you in previous videos, a scene playing out. Just take a look at the people in the backgrounds. This isn't the first time they've seen the camera type of style. Look at this guy walking, makes eye contact, start walking straight, and now he's gonna make a whole beeline turn back around. What are any of these people actually doing? They are standing out in the middle of a busy street, staring off into space. Guy almost gets hit by a car with a cheesy sign on the back of it. You know, it's a slapped together wooden sign. Built these beautiful buildings, ran out of materials for that. And here we go again. Look at little fruit stand guy coming up. You're gonna see when the camera cuts away. Action. Oh, look, there he goes, turns around, realizes the camera started filming. And now watch, same fruit stand guy. He's going to start ushering the whole crowd over to the right here. Has to keep the scene moving. Look, he's even got a nice little stick. Watch him, watch him. Like a conductor. And the whole crowd just magically slides over to the right. It's so nice that in such a dusty, dirty setting, everybody went to the dry cleaner. Even the little street vagrants. This was a very new people to a very big city. And they were trying to play their part for the camera. Yet they couldn't stop standing around in the middle of the street. Now I grew up in the Chicagoland area. That's not how people act. And if you look at all of them, they have nowhere to go. They are just there to play the scene. It's like when the boss surprisingly stops in. Everybody has to get up and act like they're being busy, being productive. But really nothing's actually going on here. The city of foundlings in the Big Apple. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
Have you heard of Trump's World Fair that are opening next year? 1893 Chicago, 1902 St. Louis, 1848 New York City, 1876 Philadelphia. They were all resets. So with the whole World Fair thing and everything that's being talked about with the World Fairs coming back and whatever, people got to think about looking in the past. Because when you see things that happened in the past with all World Fairs, you had a bunch of World Fairs built, founded, that's what they say, and then what would happen is right about the time in which it opened, there's always a money panic or a stock market crisis. Then all of a sudden, all the people who attend the World Fair would get sick and come down with smallpox, or there would be an epidemic. And then all of a sudden, about 6 months later, all those buildings would start on fire. Even if they were made out of stone, they would all start on fire and they'd all go away. So when you see this whole thing, this presentation of the World Fairs where they're showing you this technology, a lot of the technology in which they show the people also goes away. The only thing that stayed was Coca-Cola, Hershey's chocolate, Tiffany & Co. All these things for people to buy. Those things stayed, but all of the technology over here, that stuff began to vanish.
Some of the most fascinating old world photos that you can find are those from Washington, D.C. Even the supposed construction photo. Like, I've never seen a construction project like this. This was the National Cathedral, looking more like weathered ruins. The construction site isn't even clear. Now I could spend hours going on and on about each photo, all the anomalies I see in them, but I encourage you to take a look at them closely. Like this poor sky edit here. The Washington Monument's always another great one to look at. You can spot dozens of alterations in the photos in each of these pictures. Look at the age and coloration from the monument, and the base itself looks very weathered on the bottom especially, and what appears to be a giant doorway there. Of course, the base was buried, but also if you look at the top, it's like scorched on these half-built pictures. And of course, always the whited out skies, or the really terribly edited skies. I believe to cover up airships, flying machines, and other anomalies in the sky that would discredit the narrative. But DC looks the same as a lot of these cities. Muddy, nearly empty, massive, beautiful buildings we're all told are new construction, but all looking very old, weathered, and alone in muddy fields. Like I said, take a look at them closer. I'll post these all on my Telegram, and you can zoom in and let me know what you find in some of them. My opinion, it looks like they're unburying and renovating a capital for the new established narrative. Question everything, friends.
to hear this. Don't you think it's odd that Alaska is part of the United States of America? The real reason is far darker and more complex than you have been led to believe. Deep within Alaska, there is a black pyramid, an ancient structure that is buried beneath the ground, emitting powerful energy. In 1992, an earthquake in China revealed this pyramid near Mount McKinley. This discovery was picked up by spy satellites, revealing its location to external nations. Indigenous Alaskan tribes also speak of a powerful sacred structure which fits the exact same description as the structure captured on the satellite. But it gets even crazier. According to ancient scripts, the Black Pyramid is part of a global network of ancient energy generators. These pyramids were scattered around the world by a civilization that used to walk with the gods. The purpose was to harness and distribute energy across the world. The same network includes the Great Pyramid of Giza. Since the founding of the United States, extra effort was placed into colonizing Alaska with the aim to reverse engineer the pyramid's technology for modern use.
I am BemaSeated. I hope you enjoyed this film.